Good afternoon, good afternoon again, everyone. Welcome to today's final front load and another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do the usual disclaimers, folks, if you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, folks, so you know the drill. Please read the article, share it on all your social media. Also included in there is NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC actually does see through with its threat. All right, folks, trigger warning one. When we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center and Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips or surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to utilize the headphones. Trigger warning 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously, parental supervision is very much advised. All right, folks, where we left off. One comment objects to the FDA's reliance on the JRC's policy document listing possible collateral effects of ESDs because this document was created in a response to a requirement form for the INSEAD through the corrective actions requests to include a discussion of collateral effects of aversive interventions in its policies, and there is no evidence that ESDs caused any of these collateral effects. Mother of Christ. But I object that it could possibly happen because we only put it in there because that bullied the New York State Education Department. They're a big bully, and they said that we had to put it in there. But there's no proof that it's ever done anything. No, there's just logic, reason, and what we know of other devices as used by police enforcement. No, that electricity shot through you by means of an electrode attached to the skin could possibly drop you. Okay? We know this as a fact. There is more than enough news stories for you to peruse around to your heart's content so that you can understand, comprehend, and wrap your brain around the fact that you could literally aim and shoot someone with a police taser in the leg, nowhere near the heart, as JRC's words, and still drop the man if he suffers especially from a pre-existing heart condition. Okay? New York wanted you to do your due diligence and let them know, based on the information we do have on hand, that it is a risk because logically it is a risk. How is this difficult to wrap their brains around? I don't know. But for the love of God, go to YouTube, go to Google, go to your local news stations. There is multiple, for the love of God, multiple reports out there in regards to the fact that, in particular, if you have an individual who has a pre existing condition, such as epilepsy, or any kind of form of heart issues in particular, at the very least caused heart issues later on. You're talking trying to say that you can't prove this specific device in particular caused these things, therefore you can't say it is a risk, is like taking a dude who just smoked his first cigarette and then pointing to him and saying, "See, there's no trace of cancer at all, so you can't say that that cigarette's going to cause cancer." You see why the logic is idiotic, folks? Yeah, it's listed as a risk because it's a risk, JRC. It doesn't have to have happened right before your naked eyeballs for it to be a risk. A risk is something that hasn't occurred yet, but could possibly happen. That's why New York made you list it. Because even though it's never happened yet, if you're shooting someone with electricity, regardless of where you put the goddamn electrodes, there is a risk, a chance that it might cause heart issues. Nobody's bullying you. We're just trying to make you follow the rules that everybody else has to. And I know it makes it short, but we're going to close out on this one, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to utilize those comments. I appreciate your time. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone.